My name is Shasha Nazira.
My name is Nurul Hafizah binti Abdul Ghani.
My name is Afifah binti Omar Ramya.
My name is Lia Izati binti Ramazi.
I am Aina Atira binti Abdul Latif.
The issue of unemployment among graduates is madly increasing from year to year. This issue is not only happening in our country but also involved almost all developing countries around the world. Unemployment means someone who can work but someone chooses not to work. This issue is a very serious matter because it can affect the economy in our country. This is because when too much unemployment occurs, government spending will increase and economic activity will slow down due to the surge of workers to meet the growing consumer demand. Various factors that have caused an increase in unemployment, especially among graduates in Malaysia. Among them are university graduates in our country who are too picky about their jobs. This is because they will only choose jobs that suit their qualifications so that the image is not affected. They assume that when they work in a field that doesn't suit their qualification, they are not able to perform the given task, whereas the time of pandemic, many people are looking for a job. Therefore, they must be aware that many people find it difficult to find employment due to lack of academic qualification. In addition, the second factor that has caused an increase in the unemployment rate, especially among graduates in Malaysia, is the weakness in the communication system. In the wake of this current of modernity, every company essentially wants their business to be known all over the world. Therefore, it is not surprising that employees with communication skill are very much needed by them to attract customers from abroad. The owner of the company will give more priority to graduates who are good at communicating in various types of language, especially in the main international language, namely English. Therefore, graduates should always strive to improve their communication skills. Then, the next factor that has led to an increase in the unemployment rate, especially among graduates in Malaysia, that they want a high salary that is commensurate with their qualification despite not having work experience. Without there raising everyone who hold a high position now, all work from the bottom up. Nowadays, work experience is very much needed when applying for a job. Is it not surprising that when people with academic qualification and work experience will be preferred over people who only have academic qualification? In conclusion, this issue of unemployment can trigger instability in the national economy. All parties, especially the government, need to work together to restore these issues. Without this cooperation, the issue of unemployment will cause problems for the people to find good jobs, especially young people who have just left the school.
According to a study in 2018 made by the Ministry of Education Malaysia's Graduate Tracer Studies, 21 public sector university and 38 private sector university have about 51,000 graduates a year, but almost 60% remain unemployed for 1 year after the graduation. On 16 July 2020 at Kuala Lumpur, the Department of the Statistics Malaysia or DOSM stated that 3.2% out of the total of 5.29 million graduates were unemployed in 2019. There are about 83.5% were in the labor force and 16.5% were outside the labor force. There are about 3.9% were unemployed for the graduates that were in the labor force. The DOSM stated that more than a half of active unemployed graduates were unemployed for less than 3 months, which is at 51.6%, and 29.5% of them were unemployed for about 3 to 6 months. It is also stated that 10.9% were unemployed for less than a year, while another 8.1% were unemployed for more than a year. In 2019, the DOSM stated that the participation of graduates in the labor force decreased by 0.1 percentage point to 83.5%, while the number of the graduates outside the labor force increased by 7.6%, which is 871,400 from 2018. Most of the reason given by the graduates for being outside the labor force was the family responsibilities, which contribute 36.8% in 2019, followed by retired old age, which is 30%, schooling program, which is 27.6%, and graduates who were not interested or just complete study, which is 3.3%. The data also showed that the percentage of unemployed female graduates was higher compared to the unemployment male, which is at 4.2% and 3.5% respectively. The unemployment rate among the graduates is expected to increase for 25% this year. If compared to the last year, it jumped from 13.8%. In 2020, the Ministry of Higher Education stated that 75,000 out of 300,000 fresh graduates are expected to be unemployed because of the economic downturn that caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Additionally, there are 41,161 out of 330,557 graduates from 2019 are still unemployed. With the addition of 75,000 people from 2020, the total unemployment among the group will increase to 160,161 people.
I am going to talk about the consequences towards unemployment among graduates. Firstly, unemployment among graduates can reduce national income. When the rate of unemployment increases, the income or profit of the company will be decreased. This can decrease the total income tax and company profit tax that government collect. Therefore, this can lessen the national income if unemployment happen to the country. Secondly, unemployment among graduates also increase poorness. This is because high rate of unemployment among graduates will increase the poorness in the country. Then, the government have to plan few programs to overcome this problem. This problem can affect the government effort to advance the country. Thirdly, the graduates who is unemployed will have stress problems in their life by the family and the community. This will make them have no confidence with their capability due to the surrounding around them. Hence, they will think that the community will underestimate them and they feel humbled by that. Lastly, unemployment also can increase social problems. Social problem among graduates will increase if they unemployed. This is happen because unemployed graduates facing the financial problems. Consequently, unemployed graduates eager to do the dirty work such as robbing, killing, and doing others criminal in order for them to get the money.
I will present about the moral value of unemployment among the graduate students in Malaysia. Most people believe that the issue unemployed in Malaysia are very controversial, despite the fact that unemployment among students is not caused by the government. Malaysian people are still likely to cause unemployment amongst graduate students. In addition, most of the company demand for high requirement, especially for the fresh graduate in Malaysia. The employed graduates have high expectation for their job in terms of salary with their certificate, but the students do not realize that academic qualification and knowledge are the most important than certificate they have. Many graduate students in Malaysia are still unemployed because of they are too picky in the job section. But they didn't realize that they are still lack of knowledge. The first moral value for the unemployment among the graduate student is the student should be responsible as unemployment graduate student. They must have responsible to find at least a part-time job before they get their own dream job. This is because to allow the student to get an experience for a job. Therefore, with a high knowledge will maintain the positive perspective to the student. The second moral value is hardworking in speaking English. This is because the factor that the unemployment is the lack of English language and communication skill. Nowadays, many companies are using English language in business work and for the interview. Last but not least, the last moral value for the unemployment graduate is always be thankful. Students should be thankful in every job they have. They should not complain about the small things in every situation that happen, because this will make the students do not have feeling to struggle to get a job from them, and they will always feel down and lazy. Lastly, if the student have lesson learned from this moral value, they will be successful person in their employee and reduce the employment among the students.
We all have been informed that during the world's biggest crisis pandemic COVID-19 so far have been affected us in many sectors, and almost all of us affected by it, whether you are a business owner, an employee, or even a student. Since we are talking about the Malaysian graduates that is still unemployed during this pandemic, we need to know how to overcome this issue. Some of the graduates are freshly graduates, so they are not having an experience of working, but as we all know, the job requirement these days demand 4 years of experience. The graduate chances are quite low for any kind of this job requirement. Some of the company they're trying to hire people who ignore the graduates since they are not fulfill the requirement. To overcome this issue of the high rate of unemployment graduates, they should lower the requirements so they have chances to work. The job nowadays also offer a very low salary to the graduates. When the salary is too low, they are having an underpaid salary. This would affect them in the future. They should make the salary align with the job that they are doing. The job that offers low salary will grasp the chance to undertaking in other sectors later on. Some of them are just too desperate to get the job opportunity, so they don't care about the job qualification. They applied and willing to do job even if it is underpaid job. The government has come out with a lot of ways to solve this problem of unemployment among the graduates, but some of them are still unclear with the government assistance. They should do more than just giving a speech, offering a skill seminar, as it will not helping much for the graduates to apply for the job. They should not just pledge a program and just let the graduate figure out themselves on what they have to do next.